So now that we've properly positioned this, we've got it set up, we're going to go ahead and do a rectangular array, and that's basically going to copy this as many number of times as we want to. And so we're going to copy this to fill up our screen. So I'm going to go up here, underneath fillet, there's rectangular array. I'm going to click on that, and this whole thing is just going to pop up. If you drag it down a little bit, you can see that it automatically default goes to 4 columns and 3 rows. Okay, 4 columns, 3 rows. And what we want to do is we want it to go downward. This is both in positive and positive, so we want it to go downward. Let's change this rows total to negative. Type in negative and press enter. So now it's going in the direction we want it to go. All right. Rows on an iPhone, let's go ahead and put 5. All right, 5 rows on the iPhone. And then this distance between our columns, all right, we want 4 of them, but we want that to be smaller. So let's change this. Let's test out 0.6. Okay. Is that looking pretty good? It looks pretty centered all the way around. All right. So now we've got all of them lined up, and you should have 20 of them, 20 apps all set up. All right. So now we've done rectangular array. We've already messed with our fillet. Let's go ahead and finish this out. We're going to go ahead and explode all of this. So all of that array is one piece, and it can't stay as one piece because that's going to complicate any kind of things that we want to do. Anytime we click on it, it's automatically going to jump back into the array settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit explode first, then I'm going to select any part of this. It selected the whole thing because it thinks of it as one piece, and I'm going to press enter. Now all of them are separate. Okay? And because they're polylines, right, they're one whole piece is separate. Okay? So you see that we've drawn a lot right here. We've done a lot of work, and I want to make that work go all the way around my wheel. We need to do that 9 more times. You ready? No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do that 9 more times. We're actually going to use a command that's going to do it for us. If you remember, we did rectangular array, which copied everything into a rectangle. Here we're going to rotate everything into a circle. Okay, so this idea is we've done all the work here. Let's delete this circle and delete this circle. All right, so we deleted those circles. Now I'm going to go ahead and select all of this. I'm just going to use a big blue rectangle. Selected that. Now I'm going to come up here and I have a drop down that says rectangular array, path array, or polar array. I'm going to click polar array. When I click that, you'll see the command line. And it says array polar, specify center point of the array. So not the center point of my drawing, not here somewhere, but where I want it to go spinning around. So I want it to spin around right there on the center of this circle. So I'm going to click. And it's immediately going to put 6 of them up there. That's just the default number. 6 is the default number. I'm going to go ahead and type in 10. And you can see it automatically does the math for me. So I have 10 items. It has 36 degrees between them, and it fills 360 degrees. So let's just play around for a little bit. So let's look at, instead of 10 items, let's make it 8 items, and it does the math for us. We could do 12 items. It'll do the math for us. All right? If we wanted to only fill a certain number of degrees, let's say we want to do 180 degrees, we type that in, and it'll put 12 at 180 degrees. It's kind of all of them put right there together. Okay? So let's change that to 360. You can play with this later, but not right now. And we're going to change this to 10. I think 10 looks good. I'll show you in a moment kind of what goes on and what happens. So we did 10. You just type in 10, make sure you have 360 at the bottom. Once you're done with that, we're going to click Close Array. Now, anytime, right, you're working around on anything, anytime you just click on that, it's automatically going to go back into the array menu until you take that and you explode all the pieces. If you explode all the pieces of that, it's no longer considered an array. So we're going to keep it like that for now. I don't need to take it apart, so I'm not going to mess with it. Now we're going to look at something else that's real powerful with array. So I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to connect this one to this one, Okay? And then I'm going to connect the bottom. Right? So I've done that, and I've connected these two. Well, because I already have everything else arrayed, and I know how many there are, I can click that line and the line that I just drew. Let's click Polar Array, choose our center, and then change that to 10. Now that line has been placed, and now our rim is coming together. So that line that I just drew one time, it copied that all the way around for us. Press escape and I'm out of that. Now I can see my rim has come together. It looks like everything is set up. Alright, so we've done the polar array. Right, we did the polar array with 10 pieces. Right, 10 pieces. If you wanted to go and change that, you would have to change the line length, because those lines are made the distance between two of them if there are 10 of them total. If you increase that number or decrease that number, you'll have to change those lines, but you can also just delete them at one point. So you've got that there. We've done that, so let's go ahead and do a regular polygon. Regular polygon means our polygon, right, our shape. I'm going to zoom into the middle part of the wheel here. That means our shape, all sides are equal. Okay, all sides are equal. So we're going to go ahead and use the center of our circle to help us draw some regular polygons. So I'm going to draw a line. And I'm just going to draw it down here. Doesn't matter really how long it is. Mine was about 0.5. Just kind of this a little bit bigger, and we'll see kind of how it works out in just a moment. We're going to take this. We're going to take this, and I'm going to use this as the polar array. So I've selected that. I select the center, and it does 6 of them. You can see if it was a little bit longer, it would actually connect, but I'm not too worried about that because we're not going to do 6. We're going to do 8. So I'm going to type in 8 and press enter. Boom, just like that. Perfect octagon. I've got 8 sides. All I would have to do is come around and trim those pieces. Okay? So I can trim those pieces without any problem. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit close array. All right, so I've got that piece working there for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit trim. And let's try it. Oh no, it won't do it. The reason why, because it still thinks it's an array. So if you clicked on that, it would automatically jump into the array settings. So we need to press explode first. So first explode. Then it says select the object. Now you select the array. It selected all of it because it knows it's one piece. Once I'm done with that, I press enter. Now they're all separate. And now I can go ahead and trim. So I'm trimming that. So now I will have a perfect regular polygon. So a regular octagon, all shapes or all sides are exactly the same.